Maybe it's because this is my first big girl job, but why is it so hard to figure out what to wear to work? I've been having so much trouble figuring out what I need to wear to feel professional while also staying myself, because I just feel like a lot of the things that are supposed to be professional are just devoid of style and uniqueness and creativity. Like, you must look like everyone else or you're doing too much. And I think that that's messed up. Happy Tuesday and welcome back to the weekly vlog. Y'all, I don't know if it's because of the fall season or just something that's happening for me internally, but I've been thinking a lot about my fashion and my style now that I am a doctor, like I'm a PhD. And I have to say, as someone who studies medicine but through mathematics, I'm at an intersection of kind of fields, and I feel like the expectations are, a lot of them feel unspoken, and I just have to observe what other people in my field are doing, you know, as far as like trying to figure out if there's a dress code. And I feel like I just feel a different pressure now that I'm in the PhD versus before, because I've been in math for a long time. Like, I've done a lot of math programs, I've gone to math summer workshops, I've spoken on panels, I've given presentations at multiple conferences. Like, I have experience being a math professional, and a lot of the times I either go for like that church dress type style, or I'll just kind of lean into like my actual style. Like, I kind of do those two. But I also notice a lot of women also leaning into the clean girl aesthetic, or the blazers and slacks kind of style. And I know that a lot of it as women, as a minority in the STEM field, the math field, the science field, there's like this pressure to be taken seriously, and like that is something that I do think about often. But I really try not to let it take away from the things I enjoy about my femininity. So ever since college, when I was doing all those programs and the workshops and panels, I've been pretty intentional about not throwing away my femininity and my affinity towards girly things and skirts and dresses and heels, just to sacrifice those things to be taken seriously. Like, that's something I've not wanted to do, and I've been very intentional about staying myself no matter where I am in my career spaces. But that felt easier to do when I was a student. Like, I could kind of throw any criticisms I would get for my outfits on, oh, I'm a student, I'm not the boss. But now that I'm not really a boss still, but I am, at an elevated level. I feel like my fashion should somehow reflect that, but like, how? I'm still only 28 years old. So I'm just in this weird place, and I just want to talk about that this week. I want to talk about all the thoughts that come along with being a Black femme-identifying person in STEM, as a minority, as someone who's very heels prone, although today I'm wearing sneakers. I'm wearing sneakers today. We're going for a chill, sporty vibe. It's actually election day, so but yeah, easy to walk around, easy to run. I want to talk this week about all of my thoughts about fashion in the workplace, and I do recognize that I have a very specific field. Like, I'm doing something that's pretty unique, so I may not have the same standards as other people's, but I really want to open this conversation to all the women in STEM, or honestly in any job, because there's different expectations for us versus non-femme identifying people. So let's get into that. I am about to head to work for the day. I have my regular to-do list of things I want to do, and I have a meeting at 4 o'clock today, so let's go get that done. I just wanted to say good morning and show you my outfit. This skirt is from Aerie, the American Eagle sub company or whatever. And then this shirt used to be my father's. I stole it from his closet really long time ago. It's one of my favorites. It's high-key really big, so I've done the thing we used to do where you tie it up and then you tuck it in, because I can. And then these earrings belong to my grandma. There used to be like flowers on them, but they faded over time. I'm wearing 2 scrunchies, green and white. Y'all know I wear my class ring every day. And then I'm wearing just Oh, what are the people used to do back in the day? And then I'm wearing white Nikes and Gymshark socks. So very comfy, very chill. And also, no one like sees me at my job. Like I don't actually have a very like talk to people kind of job, except for if there's a meeting, you know. So I look cute most of the time just to sit at a desk, but like that's my personal business, you know. I still have to like look a certain way. There are men that wear suits to sit behind desks, so we all just do what we have to, and I believe in expressing myself to feel good. But we'll get into that later this week. I gotta go. Oh my gosh. Okay. I've eaten my dinner. I have about half my sweet potato left, so excuse me. I'm getting ready to close up the shop, clean the kitchen, go to bed. But I wanted to chat about what I mentioned earlier about my feelings about fashion as a professional now, and I'm probably gonna just talk about it a little bit every single day. My thoughts as they come to me, but I want to talk about how I feel about it as a Black Zillenial, especially in regards to like respectability politics of it all. And so my understanding of a Zillenial is someone like a millennial ends at 1996 and Gen Z starts 1997. And so a Zillenial is between like 94 and 98, I think is what I saw. And so I'm in the middle of that. That's me. I'm technically a millennial, but also a Zillenial. And so I have a bit of both cultures in me when it comes to my feelings about the workforce and my attitudes towards education and achievement. For me, I feel like I'm noticing people my age struggle with this. At least I'm kind of like observing it, like looking at people my age, what they're wearing on social media and advertisements. They're either dressing relatively inappropriately. Who am I to determine what's inappropriate? Inappropriately, like for younger selves, like still staying in their like early 20s style, or they're like prematurely aging themselves. But I feel like what I'm mostly seeing is the aging themselves. Like I feel like a lot of what I'm seeing, like with that girl's TikTok about wearing shorts to an interview.
So I just got dress coded during an interview, and then they decided to reschedule the interview with me for tomorrow. But before they rescheduled, the lady was like, would you like to come back? Like go change and then come back? And I was like, no. And these are the shorts. Let me turn to the side for y'all. These are the shorts.
Babe, I wear skirts all the time. And it will be the same length. Like people were dogging her for the length of it and like it's not professional. And I'm like, okay, if she had a skirt on, how would that be different? But isn't that socially acceptable? Are you telling me skirt's not acceptable no more? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's also arbitrary to me. And so I just feel like a lot of the expectations for my age group comes down to the respectability politics about being taken seriously as work professionals. And so many people that I'm noticing more than anything, I'm not seeing them wear old clothes. I'm seeing them wear the stuff that my mama and them wear. People that are like 20, 30 years older than us. They're going from, you know, dressing like a young person to dressing like a 40-year-old. And that's just my personal opinion. And that's what I'm saying with this whole clean girl. I don't use TikTok like that, can you tell? But like I've seen the aesthetic mood boards about like the different blazer beige as like outfits to be clean and you know, the new words for white assimilation, like whatever that is. I see it and I completely understand it, and I am wrestling with it myself. Like I'm seeing people my age, I'm 28 years old, jump to wearing, you know, super older styles, I feel like, because we have this desire to be taken seriously. Like, we're new to the workforce, like we want to be seen as not children anymore. And like, yeah, that's exactly what I feel like. Like, I want to be seen as a professional, because I feel like, especially a lot of us are working with much older people. Like, I am the youngest person at my job. The people I'm working with are 10 plus years older than me. Like, I do of course think about being taken seriously, but also I think more about the honesty of being at my level, that I am 10 years younger, and so that I am going to prove what I know at my level, but also to accept and not like push myself to do what they've done over years, you know what I'm saying? So I'm wrestling with the thoughts. Also, I feel like a lot of the way that people are going OD about her outfit, with the respectability of it all, is just people, I feel like the standards that people have for what is okay is very, very racist, very like classist type stuff. I don't know how to get into it. I just feel like a lot of the things that are supposed to be professional are just devoid of style and uniqueness and creativity. Like, you must look like everyone else or you're doing too much. And I think that that's messed up, and policing what people wear to work unless it has to do with safety seems foolish to me. Like, I agree with that principle that Gen Z has been like talking about, especially with that incident. Like, I think she was applying like Six Flags, like she would be wearing shorts all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's context dependent what is professional. Like, if you are someone that's doing work with, you know, machines and shit, maybe you should have on certain kind of sleeves or pants. And maybe, you know, if you're a person who does a lot of presentations, maybe you do want to care about exactly what you wear. Like, it just depends on what your job is. But for everyone to just have this arbitrary expectation of professional is really messed up. And I only ever see it applied to Black people, Black men and Black women. In a Black woman's body, if it looks a certain way, then anything is automatically sexualized and be deemed as inappropriate. Or that it's not, you know, to a standard that is monetarily, you know, important enough to be seen as good. You know what I'm saying? So I think all of that is just elitist assimilation stuff, and I don't agree with it. So I also don't really try hard to look a certain way. Like, I'm watching Insecure right now, and I'm thinking about like, I mean, I think I really like Molly's outfits, some of them, but I feel like people are going past what Molly is wearing and doing some real 40s girl stuff, I feel like. And I'm just like, we're so young, babe. Like, please don't mature yourself in the effort to be different. Like, just mature your style in a way that feels appropriate. You don't have to jump. But that's also like, no one has age appropriate examples anymore, because the internet is just one big amorphous blob. We don't have any distinct third spaces, any distinct online spaces. So everyone thinks we're in the same peer group, but we're not. We're not in the same peer groups, for real. We're really not, actually. So that just needs to be made clearer, you know? I don't know. So for me, I wear what I want as a professional. It's kind of where I've landed. I'm a mathematician, and I am a scientist. So I spend a lot of my days either behind a computer or giving a presentation. So I'm either writing and reading, or I'm talking to people. And what I wear has no bearing on my ability to do my job. Like, I do math, I do computer science, I speak to people. My clothes don't impact my voice, my brain, my hands at all. So I wear what I want. And depending on the context will depend on what I wear, you know? It just depends. And I don't really go for a certain kind of look. Like, I don't subscribe to any of the aesthetics that I've seen. Like, I really wish I was a dark academia girl, but I just can't a box. I don't know any that fit me particularly, but I do know like what I enjoy, and so I just wear whatever I want because I can still do my job with it. And because I don't work in the lab yet, I don't have requirements for safety, but when I do, then I will. Like, oh, okay, on my lab days, if I'm doing an experiment for 2 weeks, of course I'm gonna wear pants and da. Like, I understand appropriate rules, but if what I'm wearing got nothing to do with my job, then I don't see why I should make a big fuss. And I haven't had any dress codes in any of the math spaces I've been in. I've really just observed what people wear, and I feel like I've seen women wear like I said, the blazers and the slacks, or I see them wear like church dresses type stuff. And that's about it. There might be a unique style somewhere thrown in there depending on like who it is. It's always, of course, the non-binary babes. Like, giving style. But yeah, and like the Black people. But that's just my personal opinion, obviously. I define what is appropriate. It's context dependent. I am an adult. I can do what I want. Twitter doesn't tell me what I should wear. Pinterest, TikTok, like I decide what I want to wear day by day. And I really choose and enjoy being hyper feminine. I love skirts, I love heels, I love bows and jewelry, and I love tattoos, and I love self-expression, and I do not want to give that up just to be a scientist. Like, my ability to think critically has nothing to do with how cool I dress. There are just two things about me, you know what I mean? So I feel like, who gonna be my ass? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anyway, those are my feelings as like a zillennial. Like, I'm gonna do what I want within the parameters because I do want to succeed and excel to a certain level, but also I reject a lot of the initial traditions that are in place about professionalism and the way we act and what we wear, because a lot of it is just white supremacist assimilation, and I don't really rock with that, and I don't think it's necessary. People should be able to wear cultural and personal things without it ruining their careers. So what time is it? It's 8:50. I'm low-key still hungry, but I'm out of salmon. I could cook the other salmon, but then what am I gonna eat tomorrow? You know? When I get this hungry again, it means it's time to go to bed. It's election night. It's election night, y'all, and I have MSNBC on my phone, and I have it muted because I don't actually want to hear anything. But they haven't shown the exact side by side in a minute. When I first pulled it up, they had the like overall projected win, and it had Harris winning, but polls are closing and they're showing like state by state percentages. And right now, Trump is leading in like a lot of states for the Senate. So, you know, I'm gonna go to bed before I have to see any of this. Would it be better or worse to wake up to it, or to go to bed knowing, oh God, I can always freak out with my Twitter family and stay up and see it, but that just seems, man, this is, why is it so fucking close? I hate living in this country. Good morning, friends. I think I have sat in my despair long enough. I think I have. I feel like I have. I don't know. I've low-key been up for 2 hours, but I've been on the internet because election results have come out. It's just crazy. My videos aren't posted in real time, so you're seeing this in like December. But yeah, it's November 6th, and Donald Trump is president again. He has won the popular vote because this country prioritizes white supremacy above all else. We are being punished for the progressiveness past tradition that we have actually made in millimeters, and now we're going back feet. Okay, so you know, I've just been a bit of doom scrolling this morning, but I'm finally dressed and ready to go to the gym. I'm gonna make myself something to eat first. But honestly, y'all, it's looking like a work from home type day. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do that, but I ain't got no meetings, and I'm already not looking forward to tomorrow, where we do have our big lab meeting. And I've only been here 3 months, but what I've been doom scrolling and thinking about the most is the fact that in my grad school education, I lived in Richmond, and I came from Mississippi. So I came from Mississippi, a place that's amazing. I love Mississippi, but it is a red state, and so I kind of had a certain viewpoint towards things, and then moving to Richmond opened my mind about locs, tattoos, rights, freedoms, education, and it was just like so transformative for me. And so then going from Richmond, who voted blue, who had legal weed and access to abortion, like Virginia, moving from Virginia to moving to Florida, that's what I've been sitting with. Like, I moved from Mississippi red state to Virginia blue state, loved it, and then moved to Florida red state, DeSantos. Like, there's something in my eye. Like, honestly, truly, the sadness of that is really just sinking in. Like, wow, I was in Virginia and now I'm in Florida. And I did do 3 videos before I moved here about my thoughts about this transition, and I mentioned in my worries and concerns about staying in academia was the fact that I was moving to Florida. Like, I was like, But honestly, friends, given the state of the job market and the world, was I going to risk not having any income whatsoever versus moving to a red state when I've lived in a red state? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, my perspective, and still to this moment, is just the fact that there are hardworking Black people in almost every state, but it's particularly the southern states. And just because we are often gerrymandered and suppressed and like literally systematically excluded from these decisions or overpowered in these decisions, does not make the full state and all the people evil. Does it make all pale people evil? Low key. But there are people in Mississippi who I know who aren't red. You know what I mean? So I've applied that same kind of logic to here, and I'm just hoping and praying that I know more of the good people than the bad, but I don't know. And I am the only Black person at my job, and most of my colleagues are white or Latinx. And according to the current demographics, Latino men voted surprisingly high for Trump, as well as Latino women. I think it was maybe like 53 to 40 something for Latino women. So like they were close, but then like of course white people all voted for Trump, basically like 70% of each. And it's just like, dog, like white women went from like 52% the previous years to like 69%. Like they said, fuck progress. We want to be trad wives. We don't want education. We don't want abortion rights. We don't want to work. We don't want any rights whatsoever. What? Feminism? What? Who cares about that? Let's put all the childless cat ladies in prison and let's bomb the world. Like, it's just, I'm feeling a bit, that's how I'm feeling right now. So anyway, all of those thoughts aside, I'm just kind of sad to be in Florida. Basically, like, I don't know what my colleagues are like, and I don't have good feelings about tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow I do have a meeting with the full lab, like every Thursday. And I'm not looking forward to I can't believe it that this country, knowing there's a percentage of you that likely voted for that nigga. But I gotta, like, no, don't talk politics with me. Please don't, please don't, please don't. Also, like, if I never talk to another man again, I think I'd be okay. No offense, but offense. Like, honestly, I've never planned on having kids, but even more so now, knowing that so many men of every race are willing to put me back in a time where I didn't have rights. There's no way for me to know which one you are by talking to you or looking at you, that a lot of this is not revealed until situations like these. It makes my tolerance. Okay, so like, forever the single rich auntie, that is the only objective going forward. Like, how any woman can still be like, yeah, I want a man in a family. Do your thing, sister. Not over here, okay? Like, there's too much to lose. Are you fucking crazy? Anyway, I feel like I woke up looking good this morning. Like, I did indeed go buy myself some snacks last night to deal with the anxiety of the election, and I did have a bit more than I intended. And so I didn't think I would wake up feeling good. I thought I would wake up feeling like bad about myself. But what I have learned and what I do know scientifically is that I won't feel bad about that until a week from now. And how bad I feel about it will depend on how I act between now and next week. But yeah, the effects of our behavior are not immediate. Like, I felt like I knew I kind of did a bit too much last night, but I knew I wouldn't immediately feel it. But I also didn't expect to feel so good. Like, I'm feeling very confident right now. So we'll see how I feel when I edit this back. But in this moment, I feel good. So yeah. I'm gonna make myself breakfast, although it's like 9-10 o'clock. I'm gonna make myself something to eat, go to the gym. It's leg day. I'm very much looking forward to leg day. I've kind of locked in, and I will say that's something that's helping me right now. One thought that's helping me right now is just the simple fact that my goals have not changed. My ability to accomplish those goals might become more difficult in some ways, but my goals have not changed. Like, what I want to accomplish in November is still the same. I still want to get my steps, read my books, do my work. Like, all of that is still true. Do I still want to get like the job in 5 years? Yes, I do. Do I still have my 2025 goals? Yes, I do. So like, while the circumstances around these goals have changed, I still have things to aim for, and so that is grounding me. Like, all right, girl, well, my ass ain't gonna grow itself, my waist ain't gonna shrink itself, so even though things are tough, it's time to go to the gym. Like, that's grounding me. You know, like my goals are still the same. My goals are still the same, so I still gotta move forward. I now just have to move forward with a bit more concern for my community, and a bit more attention around what I allow near me and where I am, you know? So, anywho's, good morning. Oh, I also really wanted to show y'all the apartment updates because I was editing yesterday and I was like, wow, my apartment has, I've done a few things. And I mean, I don't think showing you explicitly, you'll be able to entirely tell, but I do want to point them out because some things have made me happier. So I hung up this mirror right here. Also, since I last filmed, I've kind of decorated this area more. This is basically a replica of what I had in my studio apartment before this. I haven't had a couch for like 2-3 years and I don't really have people over, so it's not a priority of mine. I'm totally fine with this being like this. So I added my bookshelf, I hung up my hats on the wall, and yeah, this is my chill area. Over here, oh my God, I have to show you. I got these stools recently. They're green and brown and they are the loves of my life. I haven't had any seating in here the last 3 months. I just got these this week, so obsessed with these. I got them green because they go with my carpet. So, and also I think green is my new favorite color. Also, I hung up my hat from graduation on my wall, which makes me happy. And then also, I guess I can turn the light off, hold on. And then I also got a mirror, a new full body mirror. I still have my other one in my bedroom, but I don't really take pictures in there, and I wanted a place to take photos as I progress in my fitness journey and I get back into fashion. So I was like, I need a mirror. So boom, mirror is here. Mirror is here. What else is new? This one I already owned. I think those are all the new updates. I spend most of my time in this room, kind of like I did in my studio. I got my desk in here. I got somewhere to sit down. I got my food. Like what more could a girl need? You know what I'm saying? So I'm really happy with how my place is coming together. Like, I feel more at home than I have since moving here. And I just hope that continues to grow despite today's news. So let me go ahead and make me some food so I can get to the gym. And we're home. We're home, baby. You know, the couple last week or the week before when it was like 50 something, it really got me excited for fall wear. And it's been hot. I've been sweating in this all day. Like, even though my office is cold, so I go from like having my jacket on because I'm cold and taking it off because I'm hot, like all day today. But outside, it's just straight up hot. It's just still hot. It's November 6th, 7th, 8th, and it's still hot. Like, I am concerned about the state of the world, but all right, y'all. Well, I had like a primary, hold on. Even though the weather is not what I want it to be, I'm still going to wear what I want. Though I must say, wearing a real bra, I feel like my breasts look so big, but I often wear sports bras more often than I wear a regular bra, and I feel like my breasts don't look this big. But every time I wear something like this, I'll be feeling like my chest icebox type shit. But anyway, I'm still going to wear what I want, is my point. Like, the weather is not doing what I expected to, but I'm still going to put on my boots and my socks. Like, what? You're not going to stop me. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. And that's also something that I was thinking about today. Like, I've been observing all week because we've been talking about fashion and about femininity, and honestly, like, there aren't really any dress codes. Like I said earlier this week, that there really aren't any specific dress codes that I've seen so far for mathematicians in my field. I know different fields have different expectations, but I was looking around today and there seems to be like two factions of dress code regardless of gender. Either you're like a slacks, button down shirt, brown business shoe kind of person, or you're a khakis, regular, you know, school t-shirt and sneakers kind of person, regardless of gender. And then every like maybe 1 in 10, 2 in 10, I'll see a woman with a skirt or dress on. And you know, I think that's so interesting, particularly because a lot of them are white women and not black women. But even still, there's still like a big expectation to wear less feminine type clothes, I feel like. So for me, while I don't feel necessarily pressured professionally, like I've been here 3 months, ain't nobody said nothing about my clothes. Honestly, whole time in grad school, I only ever got compliments. Like, I've never had anyone reprimand me for my clothing choices, which is how I know I can do what I want, because it has no impact on my ability to do my job. But also, I do have internal expectations of myself as a self-appointed public figure, and also just as someone who does aim to inspire others and hopefully persuade more women to become scientists or mathematicians or just autonomous, full-fledged, independent women. So I feel a pressure to look a certain way. Like, because I have this as my aim, I feel like I should be like, you know, blazer down, you know. And also because as a black woman, I know that there are so many ways that we police each other a lot of the time, whether we police each other or other people police us. Either way, somebody is policing the presence of black people's bodies, like whether that's online or in person or casually. Like, we're never alone. Somebody looking at us, saying something to us or something like that, you know. And those are things that I think about when I get dressed. Like, I don't feel any pressure in my specific environment, but like mentally, because of socialization, I just feel like I do have some internal pressure, because I just saw the other day, like I said, that girl with the shorts to her interview. There was a young black man who just graduated, who like strolled at his graduation, and then, you know, the internet was outraged. And maybe a woman that's a teacher got some thick hips and she got on a regular dress, and now there's outrage. Or maybe that, you know, someone is going to court but they're not wearing just a black suit, they're wearing something else. Now it's outrage. It's like people want more black people in these professions, but then the moment we show any kind of individuality or personal culture outside of the white assimilated norms, then it's like, you're not a professional, you're not good at this, why are you, you know, like that happens a lot. I see it a lot where people expect us to break into these fields to be the inspiration, but then it's like, oh, you're supposed to look like them now, you're not supposed to look like you anymore. And I rebuke that so heavily. Like, I am a mathematician, I am a doctor, and I still look like me, regardless of any potential policing of what people think I should or shouldn't wear. And so I think about that a lot, especially as someone on social media. And honestly, I've just kind of come to the conclusion that for me, it's more important to be authentic than to look a certain way. You know, I very much so value femininity. I very much so value being black and blackness and all of that. It's very important to me. So I will continue to wear things and do things that feel like honoring myself and where I am from, without trying to make myself look a certain way. Like, I do sometimes feel pressure by the people I follow who give those real Meghan Markle, Kamala, like pressed silk back, light skin, biracial vibes that everyone wants every black woman to look like. I feel pressured to succumb to that image, especially now with the whole like everyone's skinny again, everything's clean girl, everything's white assimilation all over again. Like, anti-fatness and anti-blackness go hand in hand. So it's all pretty crazy. It's all like going bonkers in here about like, what should I do, whatever. And it made me get off the internet for a minute, but I deserve to be seen as I am. I deserve to do my work as I am. and I am valuable as I am. Like, I'm not going to succumb to those expectations and just instead be aware of the potential for people to be hating on me. but I am aware of the potential of people to criticize the way that I live, but that doesn't make me want to live my life any differently. Like, I'm actually quite happy with it, and I will continue to dress how I like. And honestly, I really haven't gotten any flack for it. Like I said, like if you watch any of my videos in the last 2-3 years, I've been me, and I got the ring still, okay? I got the ring and the degree, so I feel like my priorities are in order. So, like this morning at the lab table, everybody got on pants and shirts, and I'm the only person with a dress on. It's like, yeah, that's right. Let's bring some good old woman energy in this room. That's right, I'm here. You know, that feels good to me. I enjoy that, and I want more women in the room. So, more women in the room. Anyway, it is Thursday. My meetings are done for the day. I do have meetings tomorrow. I was gonna go ahead and take this off like I'm not on camera. I'm about to get ready to go to the gym, so I was gonna take this off. It's Thursday, which means that I don't work out today, but I do still have to get my 10,000 steps, and I'm only at like my usual 2,000. I will never get 10,000 steps if I don't do my hour walk, so I walk for an hour every day. So yeah, I still need to do that. So I'm gonna sit here and chill, to decompress from work, maybe make myself something to eat, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. I fully embraced the treadmill time. Like, treadmill and I are actually good friends now, and I'm okay with that. Like, it's dark now at 5:30. It don't even matter at all. I'm gonna be in the gym anyway, so.
I think he's a great director. I mean, like this motherfucker directed this episode and last episode. Oh, and again, like the music is such like
Towel secured. Good morning, friends. I'm really kind of over these curls. For some reason, twist out curls are not hitting the way they used to. And I don't know what's going on, but I've been locked for over 4 years now. And honestly, I've worn my hair curly, I'd say 95% of the time. And that's normally from a twist out, like where I put my hair in 2 twists and then I take them down. But over time, I've learned other ways to curl it. I curl it with perm rods, I curl it with flexi rods, I curl it with braids, I curl it with lock knots, I haven't tried pipe cleaning curls, but there are just a myriad of ways to curl your locks. And so I very, very rarely wear my hair straight. I normally have my hair in curls, and it's normally in these kind of curls specifically. But like the last couple of months or maybe a couple of weeks, I'm really not feeling them. Like, I've been loving braid outs, like the wavy look, but these just get so tangled, and it just feels like a lot I don't particularly enjoy styling it anymore. I don't know what it is. It's just something I'm not liking, and it's feeling harder to deal with. Like, look at that. Look at that. I don't ever deal with that when I have my braids and my braid out. So I'm just changing, I guess. And so I think I'm gonna wet my hair straight and doing my best to avoid getting my roots wet, because yeah, I think I'd rather prefer that than what I'm currently dealing with. It's kind of irritating me. And then I'll wash my face and stuff, so it'll dry while I'm doing that. Dry. It won't dry immediately. It'll take it quite a while. But yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna turn on some music while I do that. We're doing Serenity.
ain't gon' find nobody who decides say you ain't gon' find shit, baby. Ooh, cleanse your pros on your own. So please tell me where to lie. Good advice, babe. You ain't gon' find no one. Just like thinking just on my face, but I don't care. So I don't answer my down to you.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all. The two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us. Just the two of like blue skies on a Sunday morning. It won't hurt long, let me try. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, man. It's a septic tank, we can't complicate it more than needs to be done, baby. Let me try. Oh, together we'll grow.
Listen, I learned from hard experiences.
I must admit that I'm tired. All the emotions, they got me. I don't know your love and then some, cause that's my normal. I'm in love, why'd you do that to me? And I have warned you, but I still chose you. Round and round and round we go. It's just like the same scenario, good for nothing. I might have got way too high.
Mountains and valleys, come through, girl, you know we got things to do. Girl, you fly like two, who's better, you're sleeping in, someone's been hiding you. Girl, you deserve my tonight. Come through, girl, you deserve my.
Good morning, friends. Oh, this is SPF, kids SPF, but SPF nonetheless, 50 plus. I won't hold you. I'm really only getting back into wearing sunscreen consistently, but better than nothing. Better late than never. No. Happy Friday. It is currently 9:13. I have a meeting at 11 with two of my, I don't know, I never know what words to use anymore, because like technically we're all peers, but also they are like above me, but like they're not like I don't know what to, my PIs, but I'm like the primary author of this paper. I don't fucking know what to call them, but the people that I'm working on this project with, we're meeting today at 11. My direct PI and then like one of the other ones on my committee, and I have updates to share on the paper that I'm writing based on the topic / idea they gave me. So this meeting is to share those updates and to get their ideas about the next steps. I'm writing a paper on some of the things we do in mathematical modeling, but like an innovative idea about it. and I finally wrote the full intro motivation. I wrote the reason why this is a novel, and I wrote out the methods of how this process works. And now I'm like on the example part, so I need to do some more coding part before I write more. So yeah, this meeting is about sharing all that I've written so far, getting their feedback if they agree with it. But because they can't like read it in front of me, which I wish that was a thing, that like you could just sit and watch them and read your stuff, but also that might be nerve-wracking. But because that's not realistic, I also need to make a presentation of what I've written so far, like summarize it into like 5 PowerPoint slides and then give them the link to the paper and then let them read it type shit. So I haven't done that, which is why I'm up right now. I would normally go straight to the gym in the morning. As we know, it is Friday, which means it's full body Friday. I do arms and legs on Fridays now, and I'm very much looking forward to it. I have my outfit picked out, all of it is ready, but yeah, I was like, I'd rather prepare for this meeting first. I have those meetings and then I'll go to the gym. So I guess I'm gonna put on my real clothes now so I can go to campus. I really like this outfit, save for I wish I had some long black socks. I think maybe putting on stockings under this would be sexy, but it's too hot for that. It's literally like 80 degrees, so this is already kind of pushing it. But I don't have anything under this, so it's still kind of okay. But I don't like my skin showing under my pants. But I really fuck with this vibe, this oversized type look. I'm enjoying it. And I put on these face earrings. They have a bit of that cherry in them. Yes. Final oopda of the week. Pretty chill, but I really like it. It's Friday. Literally, I'm just going to prepare for 2 meetings and then I'm going to go to the gym. So I won't be in it super long, quite honestly. But I'm actually feel nice and grown. Getting ready to go to campus. All of my things have been charging up. Oop, I'm so sorry, I hate you, girl. All of my things have been charging up. And I actually made myself some tea this morning, since I didn't make myself any last night. And it's cooled to perfect temperature. It's like 9:40. I wanted to leave at 9:30, but now I'm like, as long as I leave by 10, I guess it's fine. It won't take me long to make a little presentation. But damn, I wanted to like sit. Cause like actually, let me show you. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna pull up my tea. I am almost done with this book. This is the 3rd and final book in the Scythe trilogy, and I've been reading it. I did a reading vlog on it. I've been loving it, honestly. And I'm so happy I was able to dive back into this to get me back into reading again. It's been so good, and it's almost over. And I hidden set some little pieces. You know, I love the part of reading books where it's like a TV show. Every chapter to me is like an episode, and so it's like the last like few episodes have ended with a cliffhanger of a different kind, and now I'm like, oh, how is this gonna play together? What's going on? And I just wanted to like finish it and drink my tea, but child, if I sit down and start reading this book, I'm gonna be late for work. So, but also I don't have anything to take my tea to go, so I kind of have to sit and read. I don't know. Oh my god, friends, I had a memory that I thought I had some skinny black pants, and I do. I wasn't sure, but I do. And I feel like they look so much better than the other ones, like with the way they go into the boot. This is what I needed. This is what I needed. I feel better now. Oh my god, my little academic heart is singing. I just got out of my meeting with my PIs and shared an update. I made a presentation of the paper updates I've written, like literally took each heading and made it a PowerPoint slide and summarized it. And it was really good. And while like, of course there are things to still edit and clarifying the vision and what they want it to look like and all that, and it's still at the end they were like, very good work, this is a great job, we're super close to exactly what we want, like yeah, let's, you know, more ideas come from ideas. And so it was really good. Like that literally I just walked in here and they were like, very good job, we're very close. And I was like, I feel good. Like, that feels nice to know that I'm on the right track and that I'm making good progress and doing good work, and that they see me producing. It feels good, and I feel good about myself. Like, I be feeling good because I look good, and I be feeling good because I do good. I am good. I'm smart. I'm beautiful. Stop playing with me. Now the meeting's over. It's tea time. It's literally 12, so it's mingle with the colleagues time in the kitchen via coffee and tea. So yeah, my next meeting is with OB at 1:30, so that's an hour and a half. So word. Oh, actually, I just checked my email. She is under the weather today, so she wants to move it to next week. Literally, she messaged me this 20 minutes ago. Hey. Word. Also, she's called me Dr. Jones in every email in a while. At first, it was very nice. 3 emails and I'm like, all right, girl, you can call me Quin now. I appreciate that respect that you put on my name. Lunchtime alarm. I ain't never gonna tell you to not put the respect on my name, so. But like, all right, we thank you. My ego has been stroked. I'm Quin. Let me grab my tea bags. Where is my tea bags? I'm almost dressed for the gym. It is Full Body Friday, but I wanted to go ahead and end the video before I leave out because full body means I'm gonna be working out for like 2 hours, and then it's gonna get dark. Sun sets at 5:30 now, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish the video now. And I really just wanted to wrap up what I've been talking about this whole week, just about all of my ideas about the way I dress at work and the way I present myself as a professional, as a Black woman, now that I'm a doctor working in medicine. Like, I feel certain pressures because of what I see on social media. I feel certain pressures because of the way people respond to Black women. And I feel certain pressures just because of my internal desires. Like, I am 28 now, which is still young, and I am grappling with the way society tells women that your life is over at 30, and so many people in my age group I'm seeing age themselves, and I personally don't want to do that, but I do have a desire to show how I am different now. Like, I feel like a different person than I did in grad school. I feel like I've learned so much, and I finally started acting like I know the things I've learned. Like, I've been applying shit to my life and not just thinking it, and I want to show that through the way I dress and the way I talk, the things I talk about. Like, I want that to be evident in my self-expression, but I don't know how to do that without like fully aging myself. So I've just been wrestling with that all week, like my expectations, society's expectations, and ultimately what I want to do. And obviously it all comes down to me still doing what I want to do, kind of like how I said yesterday. I think, like, in my field, there's no hard or fast rules about dress code, and how I want to present myself is fully up to me, and self-expression makes me happy. That's why I have visual media. It's why I have written media of my thoughts. I have tattoos. I love getting dressed in certain clothes. Like, I style my hair all kinds of ways. Like, I do a lot of things in the interest of my self-expression, in decorating myself to describe how I feel. Like, I find that really fun, and so I'm never going to stop doing that. I am just figuring out how I want to do that now, like what that looks like for me in the whole context of my life. Like, I'm 28, but also I'm a doctor, but also I'm Black, but also I'm very femme identifying. Like, how do all of those roles, what does that look like in a fashionable way that resonates with me, you know? I'm very grateful to be a PhD and not an MD to be a doctor, because I knew I wanted to work in medicine, but I didn't want to do blood or anything like that. And I wanted to be a doctor, but I didn't want to be in school for like 10 years. So my PhD was 5 years, half the time. I'm still a doctor, I still work in medicine, but it's just a completely different route that I took. And I still have to learn the medical things anyway. So I'm very grateful, because it also means that I get to keep my style. Like, I am not beholden to scrubs and that kind of attire for more of my life. I get to keep my style as a doctor throughout my day-to-day, and that feels really good. So I really want to take advantage of that to really show my personality in my work and in my presentation. So I really want to make sure that I am representing myself in a way that feels accurate to just like what I picture of myself, because I have really big goals for my career. Like now that I've been thinking about my 5-year goals and my 10-year goals, there's a lot I want to accomplish, and I don't want my femininity to hold me back from that. There are many things that could, because I have really strong opinions, and you know, I am not 100% marketable, and I will never be, but I don't want to hinder who I am just to be marketable or just to get a certain kind of job. Like I want to be able to be myself and succeed. So all of that is really up to me and how confident in my work and in my presentation that I am. So in my presentation, I just mean like the way I carry myself. So I'm gonna keep being myself, and the only solution I found so far to help me with this is making a Pinterest board, because I do want to be taken seriously, but I also want my attire to acknowledge my youth. Like I'm not the boss, but I'm also not a student, and I want my attire to reflect that. And I also just want to maintain what feels good to me without jumping and dressing like my mom. My mom is great. I love my mom. I think she looks great. I love her outfits, but like I should not be looking like someone who is over twice my age, you know? So that's just kind of my approach to this whole video. Just like, what the am I supposed to wear? And supposed to, meaning I get to determine it, obviously. No one else is going to tell me. But like, how do you determine this for yourself? You know, like how have you determined how you want to dress? Like what factors do you consider? Like what is your style? Would you describe your style in any particular way? Like please give me some tips, what you be thinking, because I want to be a whole person. Like I don't want to be a male gaze person or a female gaze person. I just want to be a woman, a person, you know? There was only one solution to this, and that was getting some inspiration, and that meant making a Pinterest board. Obviously that's what I meant. So let me just show you my Pinterest board. I'm gonna screen record my Pinterest screen. So ever since I started having this dilemma a couple months ago, I started making this board, and I've just been thinking about it more and more in this last month, and so let me show it to you. So I'm going to this Pinterest board that I've named Late 20s Modern Working Woman. This is my idea of what someone who is my age looks like, dresses like, and what style looks like for me, like things I really like. So we have also some quotes in here because I'm manifesting my life as like a late 20s person. So I'm loving boots. I'm really loving pointy shoes and jeans and like jackets and skirts. Like I'm a very high femme person, so all the dresses and heels and plaid skirts and blouses and lingerie type clothes and lace and leather, like it really speaks to me. It really speaks to me. Like the asymmetrical pieces, the way people are styling things with their tote bags and their hats and their bags, like all of the dresses. Like this is what I imagine myself to be. Like I want to be one of those girls, like, oh my gosh, you know Sabrina Breyer? She does those funny videos, but like she's always in a dress. That's what I want. Always in a dress, but also like a bit more, I don't even know what this would be called. Like it has a word, but like a bit more like this. So I'm gonna stop screen recording now, but putting together this Pinterest board has really made me like conceptualize what I want my style to look like as a late 20s working woman. And to be quite honest, I'm a ways off from this. I might have like 5 things in my wardrobe right now that match this style in my mind. And so it's just gonna be a building process. So like this isn't I fix my style overnight type thing, but I also like my style as it is, but the elevation that I want to happen will just have to happen over time, like as I finish up my postdoc, get into my research era, my early researcher era, my higher paying salary stuff. So we're all that journey will be happening, and as I get more things I will share them with you. And I'm really happy I got to share my outfits this week, just figuring out what feels comfortable on me now, because you know, sometimes I'll put on something I've seen myself wear before because I have pictures of myself in earlier outfits, and I'm just like, it doesn't hit the same. So I'm exploring how I want to present myself now at this new level, and so far this has really helped me, so I'm excited about it. The outfit I wore today was kind of inspired by one of these pics. So yeah, y'all, I'm going to end the video here. I really want to know your thoughts on everything I've talked about today. If you made all of it to the end, I absolutely love you. I love you even if you didn't finish it, but you wouldn't hear this. So I really just wanted to open the floor for this conversation because a major inspiration for this channel for me is inspiring other women to own their autonomy and their authenticity and their agency, and like let other women know that it's okay to just be themselves as they are and still be successful, like that's possible. That's what I want. That's my message and my reason for starting this channel, to show that to other women, because I want to live my life as an example of that mission. I don't want to give you advice and sit and list out tips. I want to live this life and show you that it's possible, and hope that you get that energy, that motivation to do it for yourself in your own way. So while I know aesthetically that my wardrobe isn't exactly where I want it to be, I'm quite proud of my ability to stay myself in these spaces. Like, I am not afraid of standing out. I'm not afraid of being seen. I'm not afraid of sharing. Those things are quite impressive to me. I'm quite proud of those qualities about myself, and I'm very, very happy to be sharing these things with you and having these conversations. And ultimately, I really hope that whoever comes across my channel understands that scientists and mathematicians don't have to look one way. They can look like me. They can look like you. So I really hope you enjoyed spending this week with me. I'm gonna go work out, and I'll see you next week in another vlog.